Are we ready? It's time.
We narrowed it down to one song. This is Song of the Week, currently featured on With the Quickness Spotify playlist.
We're going to throw it over to Risa, who's going to share the last song for 2022 for her playlist. Risa, what's the Song of the Week this week?
So because today is Christmas, it was only right that I had to add a song from the Queen of Christmas herself, Mariah Carey. And this song actually comes from her album, Merry Christmas to You, which is her second Christmas album that came out on November the 2nd, 2010. And the song is called First Noel / Born as a King medley. The song is pretty self-explanatory. It talks about the birth of Jesus Christ. And I like the song because it starts out very traditional, but then there is a Born is the King medley, which is giving me R&B with the bass knocking. So I wanted to add this because, you know, of course we know her other Christmas hits like All I Want for Christmas Is You, but I really wanted to pick this song, especially because she just had her Christmas special, and a lot of the lambs really want Mariah to do a gospel record, and in my mind I feel like this record would be like a template as to how her gospel album would sound. So I was like, I have to pick this song. So.
The rest of the Lamely wants the gospel album too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lamely. I say this with all sincerity. You are a mighty force in the record community. And the more you want it, the more you put your voices behind it, she'll hear you. She might not hear my little voice, but I know she'll hear yours. And I am so excited that they are saying that they would really love that. I would love that at Christmas time. When I'm playing the rest of my music all year long, I would love that, to have a great gospel album from her. So thank you for letting me know that the Lamely has said, hark, an angel sings.
Absolutely.
So you picked it because you love the feel of it, and you kind of are hoping her album has some kind of similar flavor to it like that, correct?
Right. Like if she were to do a gospel record, I feel like, yes, she would probably do traditional hymns, but she would also add her spin on R&B like she always has. So it would have that that Mariah stamp on it that, you know, no one else could do but her.
Oh yeah, totally get it. I could totally hear her voice being played on many contemporary gospel stations during the Christmas time, but also there's other seasons like Easter, you know, and other times of the year that you just want to throw on a song and put her in your rotation on your playlist. So this would be really great because she already has a lot of songs already, like you reminded me in other shows. She has a lot of great, you know, gospel songs already under her belt, right, Risa?
Absolutely. She has a lot. And I also want to go on record too, because I know, you know, I normally don't do a 2-for-1, but as you will see on the playlist, because today is Christmas, I also added some songs from the late, great Whitney Houston from the Preacher's Wife soundtrack, because again, that is a staple in my household that I play every Christmas. And, you know, Whitney really did some great songs on that album, and that album is more so a gospel record. So I wanted to at least give her some shine on that as well.
It wouldn't be, I think it would be a great thing if the whole Trinity was able to put out their spin on their gospel greats. I mean, Whitney did hers. Mm-hmm. If Mariah does hers next, and then Celine, hey, life is golden, you know. The Vocal Trinity all putting out a work praising our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, because we already had that record of When You Believe with Mariah and Whitney. So it would have been like a earth-shattering thing to have Mariah, Whitney, and Celine on one track. They would have swept the Grammys automatically because that's just.
And the best way to do it is if they take a song of Whitney's, just like Natalie Cole did her father's, take a song of Whitney's, take different verses, do different harmonies. It can still happen. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, Dorothy. Just click your heels 3 times. Anything's possible.
Just saying. If the estate is listening, just saying. If it makes sense and it's properly done, you could easily put Mariah and put Celine in, and then put in some Whitney tracks in there. And
get David Foster to do it, because he knows all those voices very well.
Yeah, he does.
You know, that's just my little take on it. But who am I? I am not a head lamb. I'm just a little lamb in the Lamely. You're a bigger lamb than I am as far as lambs are concerned, because you've been with the whole tribe of Lamely for longer.
See, I feel if that were to happen, I love David Foster, I do, but I really feel like we need to get the crew back in. And when I say the crew, the Lambs know, they know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Brian Michael Cox, John Tell Austin, and I Need JD, because those were the three people that collabed with MC on her Emancipation of Mimi album. And they pretty much crafted a masterpiece. They've done that album. They did Usher's Confessions. So if the crew comes back and they're able to combine those three voices to create a masterpiece, I just want to go on record and say, please save this video for reference, because
I get it. I get how you feel, but I honestly feel that the man that knows the ethereal parts of those voices of all three women, I think David will do something a little bit different, and I think it will transcend the more populations, from people all the way to country, all the way to classical. I think for me, if he put his hands on it, could be their album as producers, but if he put his prowess, I don't know if prowess is the word, but if he puts his expertise, his producing expertise on the song with those three voices, it can't go wrong for me. I know the overall unit, I get it, the production of everything. Most of her songs have already been done. We're just asking for a couple extra banger hits from her.
Right. And I just feel like if you have the crew, and then
you add it, you want the crew, I want the classic.
And then you add in Celine. But wait, though, because We Belong Together is a classic that was made by the crew, minus Celine. So,
but David Foster did I Will Always Love You. I'm sorry. I just feel like
he did.
I feel like no one, if you wanted to transcend a lot of populations for the song, I think he's the ears to hear right there, to hear it put together just right, because he can just right.
But see, just like how I Will Always Love You transcends, so did We Belong Together. That transcends.
Not as many records were sold as, I mean, if you had to compare the number of records, one sold a lot more than the other.
I will come back the next time we record to reveal those numbers, because I got a feeling.
No, yes, you're wrong. You're wrong, because I had little babies, grandmothers, everybody knowing that song, and people in different languages know that song. Come on now.
I just want to see the numbers. So audience, I will find those numbers for you, and I will report back.
We can look them up now. I got time. Ain't nothing but opportunity between us. We can look it up now.
Fine, we can look it up
We
right now.
Belong Together did not sell more than I Will Always Love You. Is no way in the world.
You sure?
I am 100% sure.
Okay. So let's see.
Everything in me I rode that train with the rest of the world. And when Whitney, the Bodyguard, dropped, no, nothing has topped that as far as soundtrack number ones. Nope. Everybody had to give her flowers when she was alive, because everybody knew that we were watching something beautiful in the making.
So apparently it sold over 20 million, right?
Okay. For which song?
For I Will Always Love You.
Okay, over 20 million.
Yeah, over 20 million.
How many did We Belong Together sell?
So for We Belong Together, it was 4 times platinum. We'll make that very crystal clear. 4 times platinum by the RAA Association.
Okay.
But apparently it sold 4 million copies.
I
don't believe that.
So let's give David Foster his flowers for producing a really good song. Whitney did a wonderful job, but I do say that if they find a gospel song that Whitney did, that Mariah and Celine can also add their voices to, in order for us to still have Whitney's voice encapsulated. Yeah, you can make the face if you want to. Make the face. I'm okay with that reason.
Listen, I have love for Mr. Foster. I just thought, but then again, you know how it is. You can hear a song 365, 24/7, Nita Baker. But
that's why mother's wisdom is right there to help you. When you guys go off the trail a little bit, a mother will say, "Come here, dear. Come away from that side. Don't go into the street. Come back on the sidewalk." That's all I did, is push you back a little bit to the sidewalk. It's okay. It's okay. But we both agree that we should have some wonderful producers making that happen. And if there could be a Vocal Trinity track on there, everyone will be ecstatic. We do agree on that.
Well, yeah, I just need one track. That's all I need.
Just one track of the Vocal Trinity together, and we'll be happy. Celine, Mariah, and Whitney. If the Whitney's estate would be, okay with that, that would be a beautiful thing. Because Mariah and Whitney already did something together, but we never had anything with all three voices.
I feel like somebody's probably sitting on some very stellar unreleased vocals that Whitney has that's not out yet. Because for whatever reason, anytime an artist passes away, they have a lot of unreleased tracks or vocals. And that's probably the same with Whitney. All I ask, because there's been a lot of movies put out, whatever. If this happens, please let it just be the proper people that come together to do it. And I also want to make sure that Mariah and Celine have a say, because Mariah is a singer, songwriter, producer. So if she can't have her say and Celine can't have her say,
there's no need to do it.
Yeah, then let's not even do it.
Yeah, it's not about just honoring Whitney. It's about having the three voices together to have great harmonies, be a great piece of work, a body of work that can transcend all of their lives and be played all the time. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Lamely, go behind, Mariah to get this done, to get her gospel album done. And maybe, just maybe, she'll have a track like that on there. And if not, there's still time. We still have her. We still have Celine. We still have time. Thank you so much for sharing your playlist with us, Risa.
You're very welcome.